Welcome to Bitstorm, a comedy game design podcast by two guys who know nothing about comedy nor game design. I'm Ben Slinger, and with me, as always, is Trevor Scott.
Hello.
Hello. We're
It's
here. We're still on the deck.
1st of Jan.
We're recording a couple tonight, and this is number 2. So I think we're just going to get straight into it. We're just doing some ramped up click pitch, which is where we each have a random word generator, and we're going to get 2 words each and riff on that to make up some video game ideas. So,
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, click. Beautiful pollution.
Transparent secretion.
Ew. Okay. So a secretion that's like polluting in some way, creating a environmental disaster. Is it humans that have started secreting this thing?
I love the fact that not only is it pollution, but it also makes things transparent. Like,
oh, okay. It's not that the secretion itself is transparent.
It's like
it bends the light in some way that...
Yeah, and the government were thinking that it would be great for, for COVID operations, but it turns out...
it turns out that it's like
extremely
contagious toxic as well.
Oh, it's extremely toxic.
Yeah.
And it kills people, and the problem is you can't find them then.
There's just all these
people just keep on getting
transparent bodies.
But it turns out that it's really good to actually, hide shit now. So they can just...
Well, I think I think it has to be... I feel like it has to be secreted by the being.
There's something... I don't know why. This is something that I can imagine the government doing. And it's like, oh, we made it transparent and then we just hid it up in trees. Because no one's going to be climbing a fucking tree.
Yeah, you know that thing we had where we planted all the trees and you praised us for us because you thought it was good for the environment? No, we just filled it with...
Transparent tree houses. We made the tree houses transparent.
Wait, so why
and hid all the nuclear waste
in them. Well, okay, so I think there's a few aspects to this because I feel like it has to be secreted by a living being.
Yes. Or it's an alien.
You think it's an alien? So let me just take a step back to what my mind originally went to see if we can work this in. Because my thought was, if humans start secreting something that is causing pollution in some way, that is toxic to the environment, then then there's ethical things there around the government treating that or how they deal with those humans. So it could come from an alien originally. But I feel like they tried to take these alien secretions, turn it into some sort of thing where humans can secrete it. They tried to do it so humans can secrete it at will. This was for the military. It was that a soldier could go and just secrete transparent goo out of their body that turns them invisible.
Uh-huh.
But of course, that didn't work properly. It became contagious so that other people are starting to get this, it's altering their DNA.
Yep.
And not to mention that, but this stuff doesn't it's not biodegradable. And so it's just transparent. It's got
a half-life of 50,000 years or something like that.
If we were on the planet that the alien was from, fine. The atmosphere there, it just breaks down. But in our atmosphere, and so it's becoming this. And I guess we can decide where in the game we come into this crisis, and how far it's spread, but it's becoming a crisis that is of sort of environment destroying proportions.
I love the idea that is. Have you seen the horror movie Cooties?
No. Okay.
Okay. So the horror movie Cooties is kids, zombies, and teachers afraid of the kids and beating the shit out of them, basically.
Okay.
It's a fucking funny.
Yeah, it's
film.
like a horror comedy.
Horror comedy. It is basically in the chicken nuggets, and the kids have it, and then they get turned into zombies. I love the idea that they just, in this small town, they just put it into the food supply.
Yeah.
Or put it into the water supply or something like that. And the thing is, it went further than just this area because someone drove through, filled up their bottle, and then turns out that when they piss now they secrete that and it goes into the back into
treatment
the water supply, and it's now countrywide because they didn't think about all these.
See, what they thought that it just dissolved into water harmlessly, but what was happening is that it was making parts of the water transparent, and so they couldn't see the harmful bits.
Yeah. And turns out that homeopathy is right, and if you get a little bit in there, it's fucking potent.
Yeah, it actually...
The more that's in there, the less potent it is.
Just to really make things confusing.
So the second that someone
nonsensical,
pissed, it's like it went worldwide because it was like...
How do you even define... I mean, and look, this is the problem with homeopathy in general. How do you define what a body of water is? Is like, surely...
It's Jason.
Surely it should
Jason is a body of water.
Surely it should have already been that potent, given there was none in there.
Okay, let's take the homeopathy out.
I feel like that's heading down a path of chaos. Okay, so are you working for the government in this? Are you a private investigator or like a journalist or something who's trying to uncover it?
I love the fact that you're a journalist coming in to investigate this goings on in this small town where you're from.
Yeah.
Like, you're coming home for the holidays. You're not even trying to investigate anything, but you find out.
Oh yeah.
Shit's going down when your cousin comes in.
Well, I just had an image. No, I just had an image of like you're just leaving sort of the local bar. You've caught up with the bartender who works there because they're an old friend. You go outside and there's an arm on the floor, like sticking out of the bushes.
Yeah,
and it looks like it's a severed arm. You're like, oh fuck, what's happened? Except you grab that arm and you realize it's attached to a body. You just can't see the rest of the body.
And it's a dead body.
Or they're just drunk or something even, or like,
because we talked about it being toxic.
Yeah.
This person's dead.
Then you identify them based on the arm. Yeah. And you find out
it's got a tattoo of someone that...
Yeah. So you know who this is. In fact, they were in the bar earlier. They went out to piss or whatever. Never came back. You assume they went home.
Yeah.
But it's
because... hours later.
Yeah. But this thing's like, taking over their body, basically.
I definitely get a feeling of sort of a pluribus-y sort of thing of like planes going overhead, and it's just in this area that they're dropping. Whoever was outside at this stage, they got some of this chemical dropped on them, sort of thing.
I guess what's the intention there? Is this like the government doing this?
Yeah, I definitely see it as a government sort of thing that they're trialing this thing out, and they thought, small town, no one
gives a shit about
bumfuck
this.
Nowhere.
Yeah, we'll just monitor it and see what happens.
Yeah.
So if you try to leave,
I
you
love
just
that it's on an island.
Get shot. Oh, okay.
It's set on an island and they've closed the bridges in and out.
Yeah.
Because there's something about even thinking Canadian Vancouver Island or something like that. Yeah. Like there's something about that just...
But this little small island, Bowen Island, is like a little island off of Vancouver.
That sort of idea.
Where it's just a small
community.
Yes.
And everything happens on this island. And it's, there's a government research station off, on the north end of the island. And,
Well, this again to me, and I know that I'm being biased by it, having played Disco Elysium lately, and it doesn't have to go along those lines, but I am picturing it as kind of an isometric RPG-ish sort of thing, whether it's original Fallout-ish or Disco Elysium or that sort of style,
or even the Zelda-ish sort of movement. Even
you could make it more direct control kind of movement as you move around. But I like walking around in this sort of top-down isometric-ish view as you go and talk to these people and you're
because you
discovering things.
You can then see things that the investigator themselves
can't necessarily.
And the way that you sort of explain it in game is they've just got this keen sense for you know, where information.
Well, I mean, you
is.
could even have a. Yeah, oh, right, I see, for the information. I mean, even for the transparent, that you could have at some point you discover or you get some sort of spray that like you do manage to dissolve this stuff or wash it off or just fucking paint over the top of it. You know, maybe one of the mechanics in this game is just spraying spray paint everywhere so that you can see where something's hidden. Yeah.
That's really cool.
That's fun.
3, 2, 1,
Let's
click.
move on. To join click. Resist. Jewel.
Elephant Liberty.
Okay. This one is jewel as in Jewel, not duel. So the elephant jewel. Maybe it's like the name of a big diamond or something, or a big gem.
I mean, it's literally named that because it's
how big, yeah.
fucking big.
Also, it's got, yeah.
And it's the shape of an elephant's
It's the shape
tusk.
of an elephant. Okay, it's just a big long. Yeah.
Because I'm imagining, you know, like a sort of a vein of jewel, and they've turned into like a big cylindrical thing with a point.
Yeah. And then what was your second word?
Liberty.
Okay. And mine was resist. So I feel like there's some sort of political thing going on here of like a revolution or like the resistance stealing the wealth from, you know, the government or whoever's in control of an area.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
So what's happened?
Is it sort of a heist game, but from this resist, like, but it's the scrappy resistance fighters, not, you know, you don't go the tropes of the well-oiled heist, you know, all the different people or whatever. It's like, no, you just, whatever you can get your hands on.
You're scrappy individuals.
Yeah.
And dealing with a very, very well-funded militia.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's a bit stealthy. It's a bit planning and distraction, maybe a bit Hitman-y in a way.
I was thinking more along the lines of the old Commandos.
Okay, yeah, that came to mind too. Again, because we're talking the top-down isometric sort of thing. Yeah. That's cool. I wonder, okay, what's a new way, like, I wonder if you could do a Commando-style game, but more of almost a free-roaming camera. So like a 3D environment.
Yes.
But you still got the thing where, like, you can pause, you can set, because you could pause. Oh no, you couldn't pause in the Commando game. That was a bit different. It was a bit. I'm thinking of maybe like I don't know. There were some other games that were more tactical in that way, where you had the different characters and you
XCOM.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, there was a different one that I'm trying to think of. It had an I don't know. It had completely like destructible terrain, like buildings and stuff. It was really cool. But yeah, I'm almost thinking, okay, you've got this scenario. Yeah. But you're free roaming the camera, so you've got a bit of a more idea of like, okay, we're going to send little Jimmy in through the air vents, and so you're sort of seeing them in there. While
I love the idea of just being able to choose, like you get given the scenario and it's like, okay, I'm going to choose
are the people I'm
these
sending?
4 people out of the 12.
Yeah,
and it's like you got your gymnast, you've got your small guy that can get through the vents. You've got someone who can just like who's got charisma and just like disguise and can distract or something. You've got your marksman, you've got your safecracker, you've got but you've also got like your you got like your social media sort of person who just charm. That's almost like
they come in with their
selfie,
Well, and I also like the idea then actually just sort of on the social media angle of you've got resources you can use to prep for a mission, and it could be planting false details on social media or something, or like so that it's like, oh, they're expecting us to come at this time and we come early or whatever it is. That sort of gives you a little bit of an advantage for the mission.
I love the idea of even having, like your computer specialist is just like a computer programmer who...
Yeah, they're not even... Like, they're not even in the field as such, but they can do stuff during the mission.
And it's like, oh, yeah, I've sort of read about this in, Computer World magazine. I can just...
hack in here, or, like, open that door for you, or...
And heavier chance of failure, but it's also, like, when they get it right.
Yeah, well, that's it, because you've got less people directly in the field to, like, take down enemies or whatever, but you've got this, it's like the man in the chair,
Yeah, there's something about that is really cool. It's very different to what has sort of been out there before as well. Like, Commandos, it was like, here are your four sane people every single time, and like
and it was because it was real time,
only
then,
really
wasn't it?
one way of doing things, and
it was more of a puzzle that you were sort of solving of like, oh, what's the exact time you have to get on this?
It's more like you choose the wrong people, you may not actually have a way forward
for sure, or it just may make it really difficult, and I think you still have combat and stuff.
I think it having very systems based, and you've got some ideas on how to actually do it. But
I'm almost picturing it as a mix between XCOM and Hitman.
Yeah,
it's you've got either like turn based, or like being able to pause and set orders and that sort of thing. However you want to do that.
I do like the idea of you can scan around anywhere, but unless there's a camera or a person there that can see it,
yes,
you can't actually see what's happening.
And you can only see in there with the cameras if you've got your computer guy.
Yeah.
Or if you've planted, or you can plant cameras, potentially for your sort of in the field vision.
I mean, that's where your social media influencer comes in, that they've got like a GoPro that they can put up in the corner. And it's And you get better score, or you're, they're happier, and you get better morale if you remember to go pick them back up, because they cost money.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's just literally you've got a budget and you can buy. You've got resources you can buy. I mean, I kind of the social media angle as well around recruitment.
Yeah.
So it's not just that it gives you vision while you're in there. You're filming your exploits and recruiting people based on, hey, look, we're fighting back. We're doing stuff.
I love the fact that no matter what, you have to take the social media person.
Like, maybe that's sort of your main character.
That's your main character. They're just an influencer who also happen to, they're spewing a lot of the government propaganda, but they're also, poisoning it from the inside, sort of.
Oh, thing. Okay. That could be interesting. They're sort of an inside man in a sense.
Because the only type of influencer that is allowed,
yes,
is people who spew the propaganda. Yeah. But it's like, how do you subvert that? Is through, on the dark web, you're putting out your other videos, but you've still got to keep the propaganda videos up, sort of thing.
Okay, that's an interesting twist to it. You've sort of got multiple missions. Then you're trying to film propaganda for the government while the rest of your team, then you can use them as a distraction. They can walk around kind of unobstructed through most areas, but they like grab a guard, like, hey, you're going to be in this video, where isn't the government great? Isn't the emperor, treat us well? Meanwhile, behind you, your safecracker or whatever is sneaking past.
the idea that you are there because you're government sponsored sort of thing, and you're being invited to these dinners and that sort of stuff, and you're there to basically give the information as to when other
okay, I'm sort of feeling this come together, because I'm picturing like the intro to the game. You don't reveal, like, all you see of this character initially is, they're this influencer. They're going through like dinners and different things.
They're so vapid.
Yeah, like they're horrible. But then, sort of near the end of the cutscene, you kind of zoom in on their ear, and they've got an earpiece, and you hear, someone on the other end, and you realize, oh shit, like this is the resistor. They're actually fighting back, and this person's working with them. And then it like zooms out, and you take control, and you finish that mission.
There is something about that. Like, it's like the mission is go to the bathroom. And you go to the bathroom for the point of view was like, what?
yeah, you get the dialogue in there. It's like, can you stop jabbering in my ear? I know what my job is.
But I've also got to keep up appearances and rub shoulders with these fucking cunts.
Yeah. I know that the guy who was just in my video is a genocidal maniac, but what do you want me to do? Like, this is the job. I can't kill him here and there.
Maybe one day.
Yeah, exactly. That's the goal. Eventually, we'll put these pricks in jail. I really like that. That's cool.
There is something really cool about that. And, the MacGuffin is the...
Yeah.
the
that was the jumping off point, but...
I'm going to click again.
Venus receipt.
Elaborate contribution.
So, Venus obviously...
it's
sci-fi...
It's the next frontier.
Yeah.
Mars has already been conquered.
We've looked at Mars. It's nothing there. It's all rocks.
Yeah.
But what are beneath those Venusian clouds?
Yeah. Because it's got an atmosphere.
Yeah.
Can't say that for Mars. Has no fucking atmosphere.
No.
Now, the atmosphere may be shit.
It may be full of poison and greenhouse gases and be hundreds of degrees Celsius. Or even...
However, we managed to reverse the climate change on Earth. Who says that we can't do that for Venus?
Okay. Well, maybe we're testing climate change reversal techniques on Venus.
Because
because if they go wrong, like, it could kill everyone on Earth, but we do it on Venus. Oh wait, it worked, and we found out there are aliens living there,
and we fucked them up. And but they're not us.
They're not us. They are at war with us now.
Yes, and look. Venusians or whatever we call them.
That's become a slur now because that is what we were calling them, but they have the name for themselves in their own language,
which is Venusian.
It's very Venetian. It's Venetian.
They're Venetians, but
because
we keep on calling Venusians.
They actually pronounce it Venice. They've been pronouncing it Venice this whole time. And so when we call it Venus or call them Venusians, they get very upset. Now, it does become...
it's Venusians because they are Venetians. And they're blind ones of Venetian blinds.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It gets to be confusing with the city in Italy, but that what can we do? That's what they want to be called.
And it's not our fault that every single city up there have rivers for roads.
Yeah. The Venetian rivers.
Exactly.
I love the idea that you just have to keep calling it Venice. But in the subtitles, it's V-E-N-U-S. So what was and so okay, so maybe this is maybe this is like centuries later though. Maybe this, because my word was receipt, so I'm picturing some sort of like commerce happening.
Yeah.
So it could be that this is now. There's been some assimilation back and forth where we're working with them.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole climate thing where we killed 80% of their population. It's horrible, but it's in the past now.
It is.
It's
only 20 minutes in the past, but it's still in the past.
Venetians work very fast.
They actually have like a different timescale to us. Like they live a lot faster.
Yeah, particularly in their emotions. So they went through all 5 phases.
So it happened 20 minutes ago at the start of the game. Like, and they're just going, it happened in the past. What happened?
Right. So the way that these Venetians work is, they
forgive and forget
accept
really
that things
quick.
in the past are in the past and cannot be changed. And they kind of don't hold grudges.
Yeah. They really should, because...
Well, they should, because now they're up against Earthlings, and Earthlings are fucking colonizing assholes that are going to do everything they can to exploit them. But That could be an interesting little writing thing of like a character thing. Yeah, these Venetians just don't care about what happened even 20 seconds ago.
I think it's because no one in their whole society are backstabbers. They say what they mean. There's no such thing as lying. It's basically, it's that permanent.
And that's how they've evolved to be so fast. They process information and emotion like this, it happens instantly. They don't have to get closure on things. They don't have to go through therapy to figure out what they feel about things. They just work it into their worldview in a split second, and then it's a thing that happened.
It's a thing that happened, and now they move on and they go, okay, great. That'll never happen again because we've lived it and we learned.
Yeah.
Because that's the way that...
So now their actions will definitely change because of that. It doesn't mean that they're going to just like you for doing these horrible things.
I love the idea that they have like... And again, I'm bringing back Venetian blinds.
Okay.
But the Venetian blinds, they're actually like their Minority Report sort of precogs.
Okay, yeah.
They're the ones that actually sort of help them accept these things that have happened.
So it's a bit of a hive-mindy situation. Do they offload all their emotional processing to these ultra-powerful Venetian blinds?
Yeah.
That like sit there and process the thoughts and emotions for the whole population.
I just had to try and shoehorn it back in.
No, it's good.
But it actually fits well thematically.
It's perfect. Okay, so
what happens?
What happens if these blinds are
when they've been on Earth for too long and the connection gets severed?
Yeah,
and it's kind of like the what's it called? From Star Trek. Vulcans, who experience, the Pon farr every 7 years. Second, they're cut off from that. They can't send their emotions anywhere, and
so
they
become
like
overwhelmed
with emotion, and most of it's anger.
Yeah, I mean, because of what's happened.
Yeah,
because of what Earth has done to them,
and just that's kind of fun that you're playing with this hyper,
emotionally advanced. Yeah. Race.
And it turns out the only reason why they are is because they've got like this hive-mindy thing. Again, thinking pluribus, because we've been watching a lot of that.
Yeah.
Separately, but...
yeah, not together. Is it the whole population, or are they like localized, I wonder? Or like, every particular area
I do like the fact that it's like on a village sort of basis.
Yeah.
And what happened is they sent they sent like
an envoy of
but
people
there was a it turns out that like bacteria and that sort of stuff, they didn't realize how dangerous it was going to be, and the Venetian blinds just instantly died that they brought along board with them.
Okay. And so now
now it's
that the Venetians don't have anyone to send their emotions to for processing, and so they're having to deal with it for the first time in their lives
because they now
really know
disconnected from the network.
Yeah,
and the thing is, they've got such good, they can send an envoy anywhere instantly. Getting back is the problem because they've got the technology there, but they don't have the technology here to send
they've
back.
got sort of send. Yeah, they've got It's a push technology, not a pull.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the idea behind that is they can't push another Venetian blind because it turns out that it's in their physiology that they're allergic to
these
something.
These things also hold like the collective knowledge, so they can't even build the return device here or tell the humans how to build it.
And they can't send another one because they've only got limited numbers of them.
Yeah, of course. Like they're...
And so this group of Venetian
they discover the Venetians who have the right DNA from birth and raise them to connect to the collective.
And they know straight away because they're blind.
Yeah.
This is and it's something to be celebrated.
Oh yeah.
When your child is blind, you know that, oh my God, they're set for life.
And I like this idea that like in the cities there's just a collective of the blinds who all live together
And it's not like the minority report thing. Like,
they
these
just
are
live their
revered
lives.
and they live their lives, and they just...
But they're protected and they're taken care of, and
And in the highest, they're in the penthouses sort of things, but they also... Every night that they go to sleep, like they're literally experiencing everyone's emotions throughout the day because.
I like the idea that sleep is a big part of it. In the same way that when we sleep, sort of process the memories, and that's when they dreams are. And
the blinds process the emotions.
The blinds process them as they sleep, and so they actually sleep for like 18 hours a day. Like they as much. It's sort of in the culture. Then the sleep is so important. Like the more they can sleep, the more sort of holy they are in a sense, or the better, So they only really live their lives to sustain their bodies and to, But that's why it's almost these temples.
I love how we've just...
It's a great little lore, like a great little world building thing. That
dump this out because
I like
that's what improv is all about. Just falling into shit.
Yeah, I don't care if we don't have a game here, particularly at this point. Like that would be a cool world to build a game into.
Well, and the fact that it happened 20 minutes ago, before it actually started, and so you explain it through like different points of view.
Right, it could be like the same period of time,
and it's known now as the incident, and each section starts that 20 minutes ago this thing happened.
20 minutes after the incident.
And maybe that's just where each of the stories start, and then each of the stories you go a little bit further.
Of course,
in chapters sort of thing.
I mean, that could be a good way again to just dip our toe. If we were to do this, like to dip our toe into that world, is like, well, just do an hour from 20 minutes after the incident to...
It's 24, the video game, but...
I know, not necessarily real-time playing, but just like...
I do love the idea
of...
It only happens over the next hour. Like, even doing it that, like, these conversations are gonna happen at certain points, and you as a character, if you walk into the room and they've already finished the conversation, you don't get to know that information.
Yeah. But because you're playing it from different perspectives, you might hear that conversation in the next
secondhand.
Yeah, secondhand, or just like the next time you play through that hour as a different character, maybe you are one of the people in that room who had the conversation.
And there's definitely some cool stuff that you could do there, like having it that you're playing different characters. Not necessarily interacting with each other, just interacting in scenes where there's like... And the thing is, people are unreliable narrators anyway.
Oh, yeah.
They will remember their own version of what actually happened. And it doesn't matter if you change what actually was said in that discussion as this other character, because that's their version of the events that happened.
Yeah. Well, you could also, I mean, again, and I don't think we've got the writing chops for this at this point. It'd be really difficult, but it'd be really interesting to play through a conversation, make particular dialogue choices, and then hear it secondhand, and it's slightly different, but it's still based on those choices you made. But you're sort of getting, okay, here's the perspective, or, here's how this person heard that, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Awesome.
I think that's about it. Yep, we're well and truly over.
Oh, cool. Jeez, that one went fast.
It went really fast.
Good ideas. Well, yeah, thank you for joining us this week on Bitstorm. If you'd like to find our previous episodes online, you can go to bitstormcast.com. All of the episodes are up there, or you can go to Apple, Spotify. No, don't go to Spotify. They're like fascist. Wherever else you get podcasts, go find an independent, player and just get our RSS feed.
Yeah. If you like the song that we play at the start and end of each episode, funny enough, that is the song Mount Defiance of the album Containment Failure by the band Kuradust that we were once part of. So you can find that song for free, as well as a bunch of others at kuradust.bandcamp.com. That is KURODUST.bandcamp.com.
Yeah. And if you want to check out the game that we've got coming out, the demo's out now, go to bitstorm.games or search
check out the first episode
on Steam. Yeah, the first case is the demo that is available. So check that out. So yeah, thank you again for joining us this week on Bitstorm. I'm Ben Slinger.
I'm Trevor Scott.
And I am a Venusian blind. But not the psychic type.
No.
You can just pull a string and I kind of like open up across my body. Yeah.